will literally be on my gravestone. Don't go after women with boyfriends. This week's question comes from Prefer to be Anonymous. Cool name. Yes. No surprise, I have fallen in love with my straight friend, or at least I assume she is straight since she's been together with her boyfriend for the last 6 years. We haven't seen each other and spent much time together, but when we do, I feel the strong attraction, and I imagine myself that she does as well. I can't help but light up when she's around, and we always tease each other. I flirt like hell, but don't know if she picks up on it or not. She has said that she doesn't believe in true love, so that's why I suspect that her feelings for her boyfriend is more friend-like and that she hasn't met the right girl yet. Sometimes I feel like she's keeping her distance from me to save her relationship and to not hurt her boyfriend, but then again, I don't know how much of it all I'm imagining myself. I'm a hopeless romantic and think way too much. I practically fallen in love with this girl because of my own overthinking. Any advice? Do I flirt away until I get a response or try to avoid her to help me forget about her? I just want to be around her all the time, you know? Freaking obsession. Extra, extra. Read all about it. Bad news. This is bad news, Anonymous. One thing that struck me is that you're making a lot of assumptions about this person's sexuality. Saying things like, I suspect her feelings for her boyfriend are more friend-like, or that she hasn't met the right girl yet, is very unfair. It kind of sounds like what, you know, people generally say about queer people, that, like, they haven't, you know, found the right dick yet, or that, you know, two women can't have that type of, like, physical and emotional attraction to each other. It's very reversed, and not progressive, because you know who knows how she feels? She does. She knows how she feels, and you don't get to make the assumptions about what's actually going on inside of her regarding her sexuality. The other thing is that you're spending way too much time thinking about what someone else is doing and, you know, what's going on in their head. The only thing that you really have control over this situation is what you do, what you say, how you react to things. And the fact of the matter is, you don't have to be in this situation. If you really want to be in love and experience romance, you can find it with someone that, one, isn't in a relationship, and two, won't make you guess what they're feeling, especially regarding their sexuality, and they're just going to tell you. It seems like you have kind of imagined it. You created a world where this straight friend of yours is secretly gay, but is staying with her boyfriend because it's easier. Even if that world is correct, dude, fuck that. Fuck that. Yeah, be her friend, sure, but for unconditional reasons, not because you want to be with her. Because even in the world where you create the most dramatic of storylines, she's still with her boyfriend and has not come out about her sexuality. Two very big red flags that you shouldn't be going after. And I'm not trying to discount your feelings, and maybe you very well are in love with her, but also probably not. Just because you know how to give love, it doesn't make you a hopeless romantic. You need to be able to receive it, and being able to give just makes you a person with a soul, but being able to receive in addition to that and not being afraid of that makes you a romantic. It's easier to tell yourself that you have these feelings for someone who's unavailable, someone who's in a relationship, someone who is emotionally unavailable, someone who doesn't identify with the likened sexual preference, and may not ever develop feelings for you. It's easier to go after those people, honestly, because you can put in as little or as much effort as you want to, and it really doesn't fucking matter. I just got home from therapy, so this is all very fresh for me, and I feel very clinical right now. I feel very on top of it. My therapist just got a new filing cabinet in his office today, and it made me very not safe. For some reason, we find it more natural to be sad or disappointed in romance rather than making healthy choices that can actually give you happiness. As much as people fucking complain about not finding love and about not experiencing romance, we sure do make a lot of really shitty decisions for ourselves. Unfortunately, it's easier to stay in situations that you know aren't going to work. That's not being a hopeless romantic. That's being broken. I didn't feel safe talking with a stranger in the room. The stranger was a filing cabinet. So my advice is just don't. Just don't in this whole situation. Don't tamper with someone else's relationship for your own selfish benefit and make assumptions about what's going on in their relationship. Don't go after unavailable people if you want romance. And read Brené Brown's book called Daring Great. I highly recommend it. It's cowardice to stay in situations that you know aren't going to work out. It's because ultimately maybe you're afraid. And that's a really sad thing that I have to talk to my therapist about all the time. Ultimately, if you want romance and you want someone to be with, and you want to give these things, don't go after people with boyfriends. There's one piece of advice that I can give you. There's one thing I've learned in this span of life. Don't go after women with boyfriends.